Cause I'm trying to walk in integrity. Got love for your wisdom, I told her marry me. Ain't focused on nobody, just a better me. Better me. Yahweh try me, advise me. Don't let no fool walk beside me. People falling for flattery, don't surprise me. Would've thought they weak, but they really poison ivy. Get these far behind me, yeah. They ain't really ready. They ain't ready for the truth. I could've showed them if they let me. Before they listen, they refuse. They seek war, not wisdom. They love to talk, hate to listen. They wouldn't even know correction. If it was in their face, then they hit them. Strife. With our own blood, we love to fight. But then we scream when they calling us nigga. But yet it seems we won't look in the mirror because it's ugly. They gon' hate the truth because it's ugly. Cause I ain't talking sweet, man, they don't love me. The wicked quick to flee, but I ain't budging. I guess we gon' see if I'm wrong when Yahweh judge me. Cause I'm trying to walk in integrity. Got love for your wisdom, I told her marry me. Ain't focused on nobody, just a better me. Better me. Yahweh try me, advise me. Don't let no fool walk beside me. People falling for flattery, don't surprise me. Would've thought they weak, but they really poison ivy. Get these far behind me, yeah. Only Yahweh can open the eyes of our people. Only you, Yahweh. Until that day we gonna have to strive with this evil. Have you forgot we got enemies, bigger enemies. They make plots against you and me. It's been centuries, yeah, they fought to keep us in chains, even mentally. But we fight with our brother's brain, the blood of our veins. BLM yelling on the streets again and again. But what is that? When it's black on black, they never complain. It's a fact, it's another trap. They playing with our brain, playing with our pain. And if I ever dare to do the same, then Yahweh judge me. Cause I'm trying to walk in integrity. Got love for your wisdom, I told her marry me. Ain't focused on nobody, just a better me. Better me. Yahweh try me, advise me. Don't let no fool walk beside me. People falling for flattery, don't surprise me. Would've thought they weak, but they really poison ivy. Get these far behind me, yeah. Only Yahweh can open the eyes of our people. Until that day we gonna have to strive with this evil.
Praise YAH. Welcome back to another live. All glory goes to the one true and living creator, the one who created all things, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That is my Elohim. That's the only creator that I serve. And so I want to praise YAH for this evening, praise YAH for this day, praise YAH for life, because life is very precious. And I pray that the Most High wake up and shake up as many people as the Most High sees fit. Praise the Almighty YAH. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O YAH, my strength and my redeemer. Hallelujah. So, welcome back to another live. My name is Shavana Milhama Yisrael. I know y'all see the title. You know, it's really heavy on me. I feel like this is what we need to be talking about right now, because a lot of us seem to still not understand, right? You know, it's not about arguing and fighting and all that mess, right? All that nonsense, starting stuff for no reason. And no, it's about trying to heal a wound that's been infected and open and unhealed for so long in our nation, right? So, first I want to start off with Isaiah chapter 58. Let's establish this. In Isaiah chapter 58, And I'm going to start reading at verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up your voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. You understand? So this is not something that I feel like just doing. This is something that I am obligated to do as an Israelite, right? I'm obligated to do this. I have to do this because I'm doing it for my Creator, right? Whether you hear or forbear. But there are many different types of Israelites. Many different types. We all know all the types of Israel, or Israel pretty much. We're all scattered to the four corners, and we all have unique traits. We all have problems. We have ups, we have downs, right? We have rich, we have poor, we have everything in between. We have a whole lot of things going on, right? A whole lot. Young and old, man and woman, right? But one thing I continue to see, which I understand what I'm looking at, it's just, it gets tiring, because I've lived it. But there's something very especially unique about our people who were scattered in the USA. Something very unique about us. And not really in a good way. Not really in a good way. Because we have good within us. Don't get me wrong. And I give credit where credit's due. We have some great representations of us in the United States of America. However, the bad always seem to outshine the good. And that's a problem, right? And this is a lot of the reason why we can't get ahead. Because we want to highlight the bad, right? And not just highlight it, but uplift it. We want to uplift the bad. And for us to not understand how destructive that is to us, or not care, man, it's just beyond me, right? How you could not care about the condition of your people. How could you want a certain condition of your people and contribute to that by trying to drag the others down around you, right? Now, like I said, all four corners of the earth, as Hebrews, we all have our problems, similar problems, because we're all under the same curses. Deuteronomy chapter 28, 15 through 68. But there's a uniqueness in our brothers and sisters in other countries outside of the U.S., you see. And the uniqueness for them, right? Because I know a lot of the Europeans, they want to uplift the bad. Well, they don't even really uplift the bad in our brothers and sisters around the world. They just highlight it. You see, they don't even uplift it. We're guilty of the BET culture. That's us. We guilty of that. We uplift it, glorify it, right? But see, when they go to these other countries, they highlight the bad of our brothers and sisters around the world, because like I said, we all have problems. But then the uniqueness with our brothers and sisters around the world is that they can actually come together and work things out. You see, they can come together and build a business and it flourish. You understand? They can come together as a family You understand? And uplift each other to do great things. They can do that. No problem. But trying to find that in the black family in the United States is an anomaly. It's an anomaly. It truly is. And I'm talking about generations of black Americans. I'm not talking about first generation black Americans, I'm talking about you've been here since 1619. Black American. Right? It's an anomaly. It's rare. You have it. But the bad is always outshining the good. And we're proud of that culture. We want others to follow that culture as if that's cute. Right? We think it's cute. We do. Until we lose our lives. Or someone we love loses their life. Then it's not cute anymore, right? It's really a shame. But see, we don't have enough sense to want to see that. It's a shame. It's not good. There's nothing good about being the baddest. At all. Ain't nothing good about being the bad boy. There's nothing good about any of these things. Right? But we love these things. This is what we gravitate towards. Adults. And I'm talking about kids and teens. I'm talking about grown adults. Fascinated by it. That's all you want to do. Do something bad. Bring somebody else down. Use somebody. See what you can get out of this person. What can I use this person for? Use that. What can I get out of this person? What can I get out of that person? And then discard them. How can I feel better about myself by crushing this person? Right? This is what we do to each other, and we don't see anything wrong with it. It's a culture. That is black American culture. A lot of that is a part of black American culture. And when you complain about it, it's just like, well, you know, that's just niggas. That's just how it is. When we do it, that's just how it is. Don't let somebody else outside of us do it. Don't let nobody outside us do it because somebody else outside us do it. Now it's a problem. Now it's a problem. But they looking at you like, well, if you don't feel like you're anything, if you feel like you're a low life, this is what you amount to. This is your worth. What they say? You gotta respect yourself before anybody else respects you. And when you come from a culture like that, you really have to start from ground zero and just to learn how to respect yourself. How we're raised. Do you understand? Nobody sees anything wrong with it in our communities. Run down. Crime-ridden. No productivity. Because anyone who wants to be productive runs the first chance they get. Do you understand? Don't even want to be around you. That's the problem. But see, it gets even worse. It gets even worse. Those who might come up on little cash and get out of that environment take the same spirit, take the same mentality to a nicer place. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Everyone can see your curse except you. I mean, your curse is so loud. You want to know why they emulate our culture? They emulate our culture because we are caught up in fantasy. Do you understand? We are caught up in Black Hollywood. We caught up in that. Want to be a star. We're caught up in that. And so they say, well, you know, that's what they doing. Okay, they got swag. Oh, they cool. They trying to be seen all the time. Yes. This is us. This is what we do. This is what we like. And it don't matter if we're leading people to hell or anywhere. As long as I look cool, right? We've been like this. Let's go to Malachi chapter 4. And this is where a lot of this stems from. This is where a lot of this stems from. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 6. And it reads, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, talking about the prophet Elisha, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. So that's how important these familial relationships are to the Most High. Because you know what family brings? A good family, a good ordered family brings structure to your life. It brings structure. No matter how much we despise the thought of structure, hate the thought of being in order, hate the thought of humbling ourselves or being submissive to the Most High and the Most High's laws. We hate that. That's how rebellious we are. But it's so important to the Most High. The Most High is willing to curse the earth because of it. That's how important it is. Go to Exodus chapter 20. I mean, and it's not like I'm telling you anything that you haven't already heard. We already know what the right thing to do is. We just refuse to do it, right? We refuse to do it. We refuse to get our act right. You know, and this goes to all of Israel around the world, scattered to the four corners. We just refuse to get our act right. You understand? Exodus chapter 20, verse 12 says, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which YAH your Elohim give you. Go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 5. Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 16 reads, honor thy father and thy mother, as YAH your Elohim has commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee in the land which YAH thy Elohim giveth you. That's how important it is to honor your parents, right? But we made it a culture of disrespect. We made it a culture to disrespect. See? We, my generation. Because before, when nobody's saying smack back to their parents, Are you kidding me? Nobody. Let alone out here and offing their parents, taking the lives of their parents. You wouldn't even think to do that. Like, seriously? That wouldn't even cross your mind. See? Now that's this new generation coming up. Why would that even cross your mind? That makes no sense. And you expect to have a good life? No, this is why everybody's dying. This is why all this stuff is happening, because there's no order, there's no structure within us. You understand? There's no structure. And when you don't have order, when you don't have structure, you don't have anything. You don't have anything. You have zero. You have no foundation. The Most High wants you to honor your parents so that it may go well with you. If you don't honor your parents, how you going to honor the Creator? How you going to honor the God who made you if you don't even honor those who gave birth to you and brought you into this world? What's wrong with you? Talking about you going on a sabbatical from your parents. What do they call it? The silent treatment. To your parents? Really? To your parents. And y'all think it's cute to put this stuff up online. You think it's cute. It's ugly. Do you understand? It's very ugly. And you tell everything about yourself that anybody needs to know about you once you spout that mess. Oh, you don't respect your parents? You don't respect anybody. So how can I trust you? How can anybody trust you? Or someone like you, right? There's one thing where you're in a situation where you had a parent that did something that was just so extreme that they should have been stoned to death if we were in the land. And you don't go out there trampling on their name and dishonoring their name. But I could understand them giving the silent treatment and not even dealing with that because they don't want to be re-traumatized. You understand? The Most High ain't tell you be a fool. The Most High ain't tell you to go into situations. You know this person then did these horrible, horrid things. And I'm talking horrid. No, you should separate yourself because that would be connecting yourself to wickedness, right? But a lot of y'all grew up in environments where maybe something happened to you. Something happened to all of us, right? Maybe your parent couldn't protect you like they should have or didn't, right? But they're not the cause, right? Because they're only one person. They can't be with you 24/7. They can't be Superman, Superwoman, right? Be mad at the perpetrator. You understand? They're the ones who perpetrated. But you don't hold grudges against your parents because maybe they were, oh, they screamed at me. Oh, they spanked me. They hit me too hard. Maybe you needed it. Maybe you were hard headed and you didn't listen. And then you look back on that. If your parents are not still putting their hands on you, that's because you grew up. You finally grew up. Yay! They did a good job. You lived. Right? Not just senselessly beating you because they came home drunk, but actually beating you because you disobeyed. Did you ever think about that? Let's go to the 29th verse of the same chapter, Deuteronomy chapter 5. And it says, "Oh, that there were such a heart in them, that they would fear me and keep all my commandments always, that it might be well with them and with their children forever." So the Most High wants you to live a good life. It's clear that we don't have a cruel creator. We don't have a cruel God. But it's on you to keep the commandments. And I'm talking to all of us. Parents, children, everybody. It's on you to keep the Most High's commandments. Always. So it'll be good for you and your seed. Forever. Sounds like a good God to me. In a peaceful society. Go to Proverbs 17 and verse 6. Oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of Proverbs. Verse 6 in Proverbs 17 reads, "Children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children are their fathers." See? The glory of your grandparents. Beautiful. Children are a beautiful gift. But you keep reading and it says, "And the glory of children are their fathers." So it goes both ways. If you want to be honored, you have to give your children something to honor. It puts responsibility on the parents. You see? Honorable parents have honor. So you can't be coming home any types of way, raising them any types of way, seeing all types of things that children shouldn't be seeing and hearing and experiencing and all these things. If you want honor, honor doesn't just come from a spanking. You will do what I say and obey, and you didn't spank this child, but you know doggone well you coming home off the streets every night ain't doing right. But then when this child gets older and they fall into the same traps that you did, now you want some honor. But it doesn't work like that. Because honor has to come from that child. And if your child didn't have anything to honor, well, they gonna copy you. They gonna do as you do, not as you say. Remember. So that goes for the parents. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 27. And we're not supposed to hold grudges against our parents either, because we don't hold grudges against our people. Period. Right? According to Leviticus 19 and 18. Leviticus 19 and 18 tells us not to hold grudges against the people. Our people. So maybe your parent didn't know. Maybe they could only teach you what they knew. And this is where the child, once you grow up and you have discernment, you should be able to use your brain and figure out your parent. Right? You're an adult. You know your parent only knew what they knew at that time. There's a such thing as outgrowing your parents. Especially if they don't know anything about the Most High. You understand? But you never dishonor them. You don't dishonor them. You don't do that. Because it's still your parent. They still brought you into this world, brought your life into this world. You understand? All right, go to Deuteronomy chapter 27. And we're going to read verse 16. And it reads, "Cursed be he that setteth light by his father or his mother, and all the people shall say amen." So curse. So when you dishonor your parents, you're putting a curse on yourself. That's why it's bad for you. You understand? That's why a lot of bad things come your way when you're cursing your parents. Don't do that. When you're dishonoring your parents, don't do that. For your own life. You understand? If you care anything about yourself, you wouldn't dishonor your parents. You are an extension of your parents. Go to Leviticus 19. And we're going to start reading at verse 32. And it reads, "Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head, and honor the face of the old man, and fear thy Elohim. I am YAH." You understand? "And if the stranger sojourn with you in your land, you shall not vex him." So we don't do all that. You're supposed to love the stranger as yourself. Honor the elders. This is the utopia that we had. We were doing it the right. Do everything the right way. You have a choice to do right. You have a choice to do wrong. And when you choose to do wrong, the earth goes to hell. The whole world goes to hell. Obviously, right? Obviously. Go to Isaiah 38. And we're going to start at verse 19. The living, he shall praise thee, as I do this day. The father to the children shall make known your truth. We're supposed to be out here spreading the truth, spreading the good message of the Creator, do the right thing. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Not promoting all this wickedness that we like to promote and this nonsense. Boy, I'm so glad they didn't have all this nonsense when I was younger. Boy, oh boy. See, everybody out there on display now. Everybody see you now. You know what I'm saying? All your sins are highlighted. That's not cute. Your sins are highlighted. Why would you want all of that? Because now, without a shadow of a doubt, the Most High, you can't say he's not making a just decision when you're judged. You understand? So we shouldn't be trying to put that on display and make it loud for everybody to see. Loud and proud. Because you are getting yourself in trouble, whether you realize it or not. Putting all that on display, thinking it's cute. It's cute to be a loose hoe. It's cute to be out here toting guns and threatening the lives and taking the lives of your brothers. It's cute to uplift the oppressor and put your own people down. It's cute to fight and attack your people, right? Cute. It's cute, right? No, it's not. It's really ugly. And that's why you don't get respect from the other nations around the world. Because you chose to highlight that. You choose, even to this day, you choose to uplift that. Like it's something to uplift. Uplift perversion and everything under the sun. We were made to glorify the Creator. Go to Leviticus. Did we leave that chapter? Yeah, go to Leviticus, the 19th chapter. And I'm going to start at the 3rd verse. And it reads, Ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am YAH, your Elohim. So the Most High is making it very clear, over and over and over. There's a recurring theme. Honor your father and your mother. Because that is honoring the Creator. That's honoring the Most High. The Most High made your father and mother, not you. The Most High made you, not you. He made all of this creation. You think the Most High want to see you up here cursing and cursing out your parents, fighting your parents? I see stories, people actually putting hands on their parents, punching their parents. See, once you get to a certain age, that's on you. You know right from wrong. Go to Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6. This is for the parents. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So you got to train that child up in the way that they should go. See, if you are training this child to hit you, if you're training this child to disrespect you because you laugh and you think it's cute, he's cursing at me, he hit me, and then you're surprised when he gets big enough that he knocks you out. You ain't expect that because you thought it was cute when he was little. It's not. It's really not. And daddies, this is why your boys need you. You understand? This is why they need you. Because now we raising little monsters in society. They need good fathers, righteous fathers, who are not there causing an even bigger problem in the household. Not promoting all this wickedness like we like to uplift and promote. Let's go to Proverbs 23, the next chapter. And let's start at verse 22. It says, Hearken unto your father that begat you, and despise not your mother when she is old. Right? Don't never hate your mama. Don't ever hate your mama. Do you hear me? Why would you hate your mama? I'm talking to the average person right now. Like, why would you hate your mama? What's wrong with you? You a little demon seed. You shouldn't have grown past a certain age if you hate your mama for no reason except she raised you the best way she could. Listening to your daddy is important when he's telling you to do the right thing. A lot of people didn't grow up with fathers to tell them anything. And you take for granted you got a daddy that's telling you to do the right thing and you still want to buck up. You still want to challenge him and all this stupid mess. Thinking that you grown past your daddy. Now you bigger than your daddy. You want to challenge your dad? Verse 23. By the truth, also wisdom and instruction and understanding. The father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice, and he that begetteth a wise child shall have joy of him. The father of the righteous shall gladly rejoice. This is how you have a good relationship with your daddy. If y'all need to mend your relationship, you need to turn from your sins, turn from your wicked ways, and do right, because you're dishonoring him by going out and doing unlawful things, committing the sins we commit. You're dishonoring the name of the family, because we're still Israel at the end of the day, whether we practice the laws or not. You're still of the nation of Israel. The Most High still made a contract with your forefathers. So you're dishonoring your household when you're out and you're committing these sins. I'm talking to a lot of the adolescents, the teens, the youth. When you're out there and you think that you becoming independent, you think that you out here, figuring out life, doing things the best way you know how, and you don't think you need guidance and instruction. You don't listen to nobody around you. You don't listen to your daddy. Really? You don't listen to your parents? Why? Ask yourself. Why don't you listen to them? You think they trying to stop you from whatever it is you think they trying to stop you from, which ain't even important, because I promise you, years down the line, you're going to change your mind about a whole lot of things. You're going to be thinking, what was I thinking? Right? So just listen to your parents. They live longer than you. They've done all the things that you think you're going to do, right? They've done all them things, whatever it may be. So it's best to just listen to them. You're just giving people headaches for no reason. Find something productive to do. Go read a book. Go play some video games. Go play basketball. Remember when we were kids, we would go play basketball. You feel me? We would go play basketball. And a lot of the young teen boys were out there playing basketball because it kept them out of trouble. We used to ride our little bikes around. My brother had his training wheels still. We ride our bikes around. Go find something to do. Kids played outside more too. And it wasn't to commit crimes. Right? Like this generation these days, I don't know what it is, but I mean, I know what it is, but some gonna have to start clicking. Y'all need to start using your brains and thinking instead of just doing a bunch of senseless acts. So, verse 25 reads, Thy father and thy mother shall be glad, and she that bare thee shall rejoice. My son, Give me thine heart, and let thine eyes observe my ways. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. See, a lot of y'all dudes out here could really avoid a lot of things if y'all just stop sinning. Just stop sinning. But see, you can't make excuses. You can't talk about how bad the women are if you're still out here condoning it with your actions. Not your words, but your actions speak louder than your words. A man can say anything. A man can tell you he loves you, and it'll be a total lie. A woman can too. So if you just stop sinning, stop condoning this behavior with your actions, a lot of stuff would change. Because yes, the women are doing it for you. They're doing it for you. That's why they're tempting you and enticing you. Whether you have money or not, they're doing it for you. Verse 28. She also lieth in wait as for a prey, and increaseth the transgressors among men. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who hath contentions? Who hath babbling? Who hath wounds without cause? Who hath redness of eyes? They that tarry long at the wine, they that go to seek mixed wine. Look not upon you, or look not you upon the wine when it is red, when it gives his color in the cup, when it moves itself aright. At the last it biteth like a serpent, and stingeth like an adder. Thine eyes shall behold strange women, and thine heart shall utter perverse things. This talking about the whole club scene right here. That's the club, just verses 22 through 33. That's the nightclub, strip club, and all these places that we love to frequent. You go, you get drunk, right? You see strange women, you want to do perverse things, and then you want to complain about it later. But that's what you chose to do. It takes two to tango. So, yeah, she's a whore, and she needs to make her money, and that's how she chooses to do it, which is against the laws of the Creator. She needs to turn from her sins as well. But if the man is the head of the household, then the man should be the head of the household, which means he has to lead in righteousness, right? He has to lead in righteousness. Those who are going to sin are going to sin. You're not going to stop them. But there are those who are just doing it because they're lost. Maybe they don't know, right? So you as a man, you do have a responsibility to change your ways as a whoremonger. You understand? And then you're going to have some women change from their whorish ways as well. Everyone is not as driven as everyone. You understand? Some people are driven by other people to do the right thing or the wrong thing. Some people are driven by themselves. Some people are driven by the Most High. So, however you're driven, you need to go on and drive away from your sins. Go on and do that, right? And you need to come to the Creator. In verse 34 it says, "Yeah, thou shalt be as he that lieth down in the midst of the sea, or as he that lieth upon the top of a mast. They have stricken me, shall thou say, and I was not sick. They have beaten me, and I felt it not. When shall I awake? I will seek it yet again." Oh my goodness. So this man, he's so drunk from the club, he ain't even know he just got robbed and beat and robbed. He ain't even know he got beat up because he's so drunk. Ain't that how we love to live, Israel? Ain't that the truth? We love living like that. We love promoting that lifestyle. It's foolishness. Go to Proverbs 10. Proverbs 10 and verse 1 reads the Proverbs of Solomon. "A wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his mother." See, you are foolish and you shame your family. When you're wise, you make your family proud. Some people don't understand the reactions that they get from their family members. Now, some family members are really, there are a lot of evil, wicked-hearted people out there. But in some cases, some people, if they just realize that if they change their foolish ways, they wouldn't get certain reactions, the certain reactions that they don't like from their families, from individuals in their family. Maybe those individuals are treating you a certain way because you're being foolish and you need to check within. And there's nothing wrong with admitting when you're wrong. There's nothing wrong with taking accountability. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you are the problem. And I'm not going to say that's okay, but I am going to say you have to realize that in order to change it first. You have to consider that first in order to change it. You can change how things are in your life by changing yourself. You have that power. So why wouldn't you want to utilize that power? If you're being foolish, you out here, you got foolish behavior going on, you gambling away all the money or whatever it is you're doing, well, and then you want to turn around, or you're always fighting family members, starting strife and arguments, just starting arguments out the blue, or you felt disrespected, so I'm about to say this and I'm not going to hold my tongue over a little simple silly stuff, right? And then you wonder why you get the reactions you get from family members. They don't want to be around you. They don't want to deal with that. You always got something smart to say, something slick to say, always throwing shade, always doing this and that, being busy, being a busybody, or whatever the case may be, trying to fist fight. Then you turn around and say, "Oh, my family hates me. Don't nobody in my family got my back. Don't nobody love me. Everybody hate me." Why? Because you're being foolish. I guarantee you, if some of us would just change our own behaviors, your whole experience with your relatives would change. And it might not change with everybody, but you will see a change because you changed. Go to Proverbs chapter 15. And I'm going to read at verse 20. And it says, "A wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish man hates his mother. So if any man is out here talking about he hate his mama and he's proud to say it, because like I said, no matter what your experience was in your childhood, you should never go out here and try to defame your parents, slander them. You should never go out here and dishonor their name, right? If a man doesn't hesitate to tell you, or a woman doesn't hesitate to tell you, oh, I don't get along with my mama, I don't like my mama, and she's foolish, he's foolish. You understand? You already know not to deal with this person, not to associate yourself with this person, right? Some of us have to go through life experiences to learn this about certain individuals, but these are the red flags. These are the signs in these relationships. And you're wondering, well, I don't know why our relationship didn't work out. And you ain't hear in the beginning when y'all first started dating how much this individual claimed that their parents were the bane of their existence. They're the black sheep of the family. I don't want to talk to anybody who claims to be a black sheep of the family. Because you don't see something wrong with that? First of all, we're all black sheep. Ain't none of us white. Let's get that straight, okay? All right? But yeah, that's not the type of person that you would want to associate with long term. That's not the type of person you can trust. Because if your parents don't get along, you don't get along with your parents, and you don't see anything wrong with that, you haven't gotten help for that, you're just gonna sit here and tell me you're unhealed. Yeah, I'm staying far away from that, right? We should know this. Proverbs chapter 13. Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 1. A wise son hears his father's instruction, but a scorner hears not rebuke. See, if you want to show wisdom, you want to have wisdom, you listen to instruction. See, we don't like to listen to instruction. We like to fight. We like to debate. We like to argue. We like arguing, man. We love it. It's our favorite pastime. Arguing, fighting. We don't care who it is. Anybody can get it. That's so childish and silly. And it's pointless because it doesn't solve anything. It causes more division and more hate. Now, they ain't even really, they pulling out guns now. On family. Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs chapter 4, I'm going to start reading at verse 1. And it reads, Hear ye children, the instruction of a father, and attend to no understanding. Listen, this is the instruction. If you didn't grow up with a daddy, this is your daddy right here. Okay? Like, take heed. Seriously. If you were fatherless, well, here go your father. He talking to you right here. All right. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 1. Hear ye children, the instruction of a father, and attend to no understanding. For I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law. Okay? This is how you stay out of trouble. Live good. Live better. Verse 3. For I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also, and said unto me, Let thine heart retain my words. Keep my commandments and live. Get wisdom, get understanding. Forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Right? So we want to not only reflect on these mistakes, but we want to learn from these mistakes. Right? We want to learn from our shortcomings. We want to learn from our experiences. It's not just about getting these experiences and getting older. It's about once you've had these experiences, and now that you're older, you should have learned to be better, to not repeat the same mistakes of your past. Right? Verse 8. Exalt her, and she shall promote you. She shall bring you to honor when you do embrace her. Verse 9. She shall give to your head an ornament of grace. A crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of your life shall be many. Verse 11. I have taught thee in the way of wisdom. I have led thee in right paths. When you goest, thy steps shall not be straitened, and when thou runnest, you shall not stumble. Take fast hold of instruction, let her not go. Keep her, for she is your life. Now, if these YNs and these little hard-headed little chicken heads were learning this, take fast hold of instruction, let her not go, for she is your life, there wouldn't be so many deaths amongst our people. Right? If they considered, if they had proper instruction, because it does start at home. It does. That's why it's all about honoring your parents. Right? And the parents being honorable. Setting that good example. It starts at home. Verse 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it. Pass not by it. Turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. So these evil people, these wicked people, they can't even sleep unless they did something bad. They gotta do something bad to somebody to feel like they fulfilled their day or their mission. Right? Verse 17. For they eat the bread of wickedness, and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as the shining light, that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. So This Father is telling you exactly what you need to know in order to live right, to stay out of trouble, right? And this is what all of us should be teaching our children. All of us. And we should be doing, not just telling, but showing, right? Go to Psalm chapter 127. And I'm going to start at the 3rd verse. As a matter of fact, let me read the whole thing. Except Yah build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except Yah keep the city, the watchman waketh, but in vain. It is vain for you to rise up early, to sit up late, and eat the bread of sorrows, for so he gives his beloved sleep. Right? You working all these 12-hour, 15, 18-hour shifts, right? For not just to eat. You can't even spend time with your family. Lo, children are a heritage of Yah, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. The Most High said children are an heritage. You understand? The fruit of the womb is a reward. It's a gift. It's something that you actually accomplished. It's an accomplishment to have children. But in this world, in this system that the wicked has set up, it's seen as a burden, as a curse. Because our views, our perspectives are shaped based on society and the way of the culture, right? Not the way that the Creator intended it to be, but the culture, society. So children are seen as a burden. They're seen as a curse when you have them, because you're in a wicked world, right? But that's not the way that the Most High intended for it to be. Children are a wonderful thing. They're a blessing. That's right. Verse 4. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. Happy is the man that has his quiver full of them. They shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with the enemies in the gate. So you have a whole entourage. You gave birth to a team. You understand? It's a beautiful, wonderful thing to have lots of children. You understand? Having lots of children is a blessing. It's not a curse. It's not a curse at all. The only thing that's the curse is how we go about these situations. How these situations are handled in this world. Children out of wedlock. Leaving them behind. Taking them away from the other partner or the other spouse. When they were doing what they were supposed to. Right? It's how we handle all these situations. That's the curse. But not the children. The children are always a blessing. Let's go to Proverbs 29. And let's start at verse 15. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself brings his mother to shame. The Most High tells you to use that rod. We use the rod. Don't spare the rod. If you spare the rod, I can guarantee you law enforcement or unlawful enforcement ain't gonna spare that bullet. We live in a place where it's crucial to discipline your children. It is crucial. No matter how it makes you feel or how it makes them feel. It's an honorable thing. Verse 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall. See, the wicked are multiplied because we live by all of these laws that aren't right. We don't execute retribution or judgment swiftly. Consequences. We don't do that. Not in this system. So the wicked are multiplied. And the sins increase. And then we wonder, well, what happened to the world when we weren't doing our job? Executing judgment. And so now things are upside down. And it's not a place where anyone would want to raise a child. That's backwards. Verse 17. Correct thy son, and he shall give thee rest. Yeah, he shall give delight unto your soul. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keeps the law, happy is he. A servant will not be corrected by words, for though he understand, he will not answer. So see, that's reinforcement. You are supposed to not. You're not supposed to spare the rod. You're not. Verse 20. Seest thou a man that is hasty in his words? There is more hope of a fool than of him. He that delicately brings up his servant from a child shall have him become his son at the length. An angry man stirs up strife, and a furious man abounds in transgression. A man's pride bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. Whoso is partner with a thief hates his own soul. He hears cursing and bewrayeth it not. The fear of man bringeth a snare, but whosoever put his trust in YAH shall be safe. Man seeks the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment comes from YAH. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked. So if you're going to do the right thing, be prepared to be hated by a lot of people. Be prepared to be hated because most people don't want to do right. And they don't want to hear the truth. Okay? That's expected. Because your fear... I'm going to unplug this, okay? Okay. Let me see. All right. So Yeah, your fear is supposed to um be in the creator. You're not supposed to fear man. You understand? But our um the way that we're taught to fear is by man, not by the creator. So we put more respect and weight on what man says than what the creator said. And that's why the world is messed up. Because the man is not God. All of us have to learn to stop trusting in our hearts, in the hearts of man. We have to stop trusting in our hearts, and we have to learn to trust in the creator in order for things to get better for us as a nation and in the world, right? We have that responsibility. Go to Proverbs. As a matter of fact, yeah, go to Proverbs chapter 23 again. And I'm going to, this is the last thing I'll say about this, and then we're going to move on. Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 13. And it says, withhold not correction from the child, for if you beat him with the rod, he shall not die. You shall beat him with the rod, and shall deliver his soul from hell. Is that not true? Is that not true? See, because all kids are different. You have some kids, they don't even need physical discipline because they just listen, right? There are some kids that really do just listen to what you're saying. But then every kid's going to probably have their day, whether they have it as a teenager or when they have it when they're young or even into young adulthood, right? You're going to want to have that reinforcement already in that child, right? You're going to want to have that. We want to have that because this is how we raise a better generation. If we don't discipline our kids, and I mean hard discipline, because people think tough love, they see tough love, and tough love for us is going into fire, walking into the fire. You see what I'm saying? That's from the Most High. That's how you know that came from the Most High. Black people's version of tough love is releasing you out into the fire. You understand? The Most High is the one doing that to us because we are the Most High's children. We are the children of Israel, right? And so we're going to go through the fire. But really, we have to learn as this generation, as we're raising our children, the next generation, we have to learn no matter how you feel or how the child feels, you have to use the rod. When your child ain't listening to you, you got to use the rod to deliver them from death. Because you might be having a hard time with them now, but later it'll pay off. Unless they're just a bad seed, right? And then there's nothing you can do about that. You try. Let them know this is pain. And the world is painful. We can't live in la la land and act like, oh, I don't do that. I am not going to spank my child because I don't want my... But the world is more painful than a spanking. You know that. So why would you hide that? And just live in a little bubble. You're not living in reality. So yes, we have to learn discipline is not bad. Discipline your children. Don't abuse them. Discipline them. Discipline your children. Seriously. Don't let them just run around and set them loose on the world with no supervision because you feel like you can't control them. Don't do that. If you have to knock them out to get them to listen. You understand? See, the problem is a lot of parents are scared of their kids because you either didn't raise them right, you abused them, or whatever the case, you didn't raise them right, and so now when they get older and they're not listening, you're afraid of them. For a lot of these cases, like I said, you're always going to have a demon seed. You're always going to have that one seed that just ain't right. And those are the children that were stoned. You understand? This boy don't listen to nothing we say. This girl don't listen to nothing we say. We tried everything. We raised them right, the best we could. Gave them love, support, discipline. And they still come home dishonoring us. They put their hands on us, all types of stuff. You understand? You're always going to have those. But if we don't want them to be the standard, if we don't want those kids to be multiplied, then we have to do better as parents in disciplining our children. We have to. That's your responsibility as a parent. Let's go to Psalm 103. Psalm 103, I'm going to start at verse 13. It says, like as a father pitieth his son, so YAH pitieth them that fear him. So the Most High lets you know off bat. This parental relationship, child-parent relationship, is just like the relationship you have with the Most High. It's how you can understand it on a human level. Same kind of relationship. Your parent, as far as the Most High's laws is concerned, your parent is right up under God. Your parent's right under God. You understand? And this was why it's so important that you honor your parents. Verse 14. For he knoweth our frame. He remembereth that we are dust. The Most High has pity on us because he created us. Just like your parents will always forgive you because they gave birth to you. No matter what y'all go through, y'all fight, y'all argue, whatever, depending on what you did, right? Your parents, they'll usually forgive you, right? They'll always forgive you. That's the same relationship with the Most High because they know they brought you into this world. The Most High knows he created you. So he has pity on you. So you should humble yourself as the child before your parents because you're humbling yourself before the Creator because you're keeping the laws of the Creator when you honor your parents. Verse 15. As for man, his days are as grass, as a flower of the field, so he flourisheth. For the wind passeth over it, and it is gone, and the place thereof shall know it no more. We are dust. This is a king talking, King David. We are dust. We are nothing. So for you living this flash of life that you're living on this earth, do you really want to live your life in misery and having broken family relationships, depression? Do you really want to live your life like that? Why would you? You only get to live for so long. We all get a certain amount of time here to live our lives. And you choose to live life in misery. Our people love this. Drama, misery, pain, sadness, always attacking each other. Why? Why would you want to live your life like that? Well, that's all I know is slavery. That's all we can think of. But we have the power to change that. See, when we got here, right, when Plymouth Rock landed on us, right, when we were scattered to all of these unknown lands to be held captive and work as slaves, we were babies. We were children. We were strangers. Strangers. We still are. The difference is we have been here for a long time. We've been here so long, we've forgotten who we are. So, why is it that we still choose to live this way? Why is it that we still choose to take on these generational curses and these bad habits? It's a choice. We still choose to live like this and not come together as a nation. We still choose to live this way and not mend our family relationships. Because it doesn't just take, see, you can, put off the rest of the responsibility on your family members, Israel. You can put off all the responsibility of mending a relationship with your family members once you know that you've done all that you could. Once you know that you tried your hardest to mend it. Then you can put the rest of the responsibility on the rest of your family, because then it would be their responsibility to then, as an individual, do their part in mending the relationships, because it takes more than one person to fix the family. And if we're not all hands on deck, if we're not all willing to go there and mend our relationships, then we continue to stay broken and divided. And we don't see anything wrong with that. That's how we choose to live our lives, in misery. That's miserable. In dishonor. That's dishonorable. You know how dishonorable it is to not have a close family? You know how dishonorable it is to not have a foundation? You know how dishonorable it is to not have a good family name? It's dishonorable to the Most High, to the Creator, to ourselves, to our family. It's dishonorable all the way around. And then we wonder why we look like this to the world. Why we don't get respect from anybody else. Verse 17. But the mercy of YAH is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him, and his righteousness unto children's children, to such as keep his covenant, and to those that remember his commandments to do them. YAH has prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom rules over all. Bless YAH, ye his angels, that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. Bless ye the word, or bless ye YAH, all ye his hosts, ye ministers of his, that do his pleasure. Bless YAH, all his works, and all places of his dominion. Bless YAH, O my soul. So it's all, what it all boils down to, it all goes, what the whole goal, the whole mission is to bless the Creator. The whole mission is to glorify the Creator. And we're not glorifying the Creator when we're not being honorable as a people. We're not glorifying the Creator when we are dishonoring our parents. Go to Isaiah chapter 66. Learn how to be good children. Learn how to be good fathers and good mothers, right? Isaiah chapter 66. And I'm going to start at verse 13. And it reads, "As one whom his mother comforteth, so will I comfort you, and ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem." So the woman is a nurturer. The mother is the comforter. You understand? She's supposed to comfort her children. And just like a mother's comfort, the Most High comforts us. This is how close we should be as a people. This is how close we should be. We shouldn't have to worry about, I can't trust this person, I can't trust that person, looking over your shoulder, getting backstabbed, getting double crossed, and all this weird stuff. It's weird. It really is. Go to Isaiah chapter 54. Isaiah 54 and verse 13 reads, "And all your children shall be taught of YAH, and great shall be the peace of your children." All your children shall be taught of YAH, and great shall be the. So when your children are taught of YAH, when your children are taught of these good laws, when your children are taught to do the right thing, your children will have peace. And they're not going to be raising hell for the other kids at school because their households ain't right, right? They'll have peace because it's right. We raise our kids knowing right from wrong and to always do the right thing. Always do the right thing. The Most High talks to the kids too. Go to Proverbs 15. Proverbs 15 and verse 5 reads, "A fool despises his father's instruction, but he that regards reproof is prudent." The Most High tell you if you raising a fool, right there, right? If you raising a fool, the Most High will let you know, because that child is gonna hate discipline, no matter what. They're gonna hate discipline. You raising up a fool, but don't mean that they can't change. You just have to be diligent. Be diligent. Be patient. Keep working with them. Don't give up on them. Right? You got a foolish child. It could be because you a fool, or you raised them as a fool. It could be because they just kind of slow. You know? They're just a foolish child. So, whatever the case may be, you have to be patient with your child. You do. Because you have to remember, at the end of the day, it's a child. Right? Proverbs 1, and I'm going to start reading at verse 7. "The fear of YAH is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instruction of your father, and forsake not the law of your mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto your head, and chains about your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, consent you not." See, like I said, if you weren't raised with a daddy, or if you weren't raised with good parents in general that, understand the laws of YAH, this right here, these are your parents right here. This your daddy, this your mama's good instruction. Because remember, you might have had the parents that you have right now They might not have changed from their wicked ways or whatever that they used to do, all their sins and all of that. Or they might be dead and they never came up out of their sins and all that, right? Don't forget, you came from a long line of Hebrews. Don't forget that. So you have good foremothers and you have good forefathers who gave you this instruction thousands of years ago because they want you to have this knowledge. The Most High wants you to have this knowledge. And since they were righteous and they wanted to do that which was right before the Creator, they did what the Most High told them. They listened to instruction. Verse 11. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood, let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. So we gonna go and secretly, set a trap for the innocent. We gonna go rob these people, hit a lick. We about to go do this, we about to go do that. Don't go. Don't do it. Don't be a YN. Don't be a little criminal. Don't do those things. The Most High wants you to do the right thing. We're not going to go lay in wait and target people for no reason. That's foolishness. It's foolishness. And unless you're just suicidal, maybe some of you are, then you need to go get help for that. Go get help for that. Take that to your Creator. Because the Most High created you. The Most High doesn't want you to be suicidal. He don't want you to be suicidal. Right? So you need to go work on that. Verse 12. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in your lot among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, walk not you in the way with them. Refrain your foot from their path. For their feet run to evil, and make haste to shed blood. They told you this thousands of years ago. So what you're doing is not new, son. Daughter, what you're doing is not new. These things have been done before. You understand? Verse 17. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privately for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which take away the life of the owners thereof. So don't be like this. Don't be like these wicked individuals who think that it's cool to go down and rob and take people's lives and all these evil things and end up in evil situations themselves. Don't be that person, right? So let's go to Proverbs chapter 6. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 20 reads, My son, keep your father's commandment and forsake not the law of your mother. Bind them continually upon your heart and tie them about your neck. When you goest, it shall lead you. When you sleepest, it shall keep you. And when you awakest, it shall talk with you. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life, to keep you from the evil woman. Okay? From the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. He teaching you young men how to deal with certain women, right? So if you didn't grow up with this information, with this knowledge, you have this knowledge here in the Most High's Word. Lust not after her beauty in your heart, neither let her take you with her eyelids. Okay? For by means of a whorish woman a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. So the Most High lets you know you're going to be a brokey broke. You're going to be broke if you're dealing with gold diggers, as they call them now, right? You're going to be brought to a piece of bread. You're not going to have that money very long, right? And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. So a married woman, stop unplugging that. Plugging it back in, okay? It's making a noise. Okay, so a married woman will take your life away. You do not want to deal with someone else's wife. Why would you want to be with another man's wife? That's the first part. Why would you even desire to be with another man's wife? That makes no sense. This man has done everything imaginable that you can think of to this woman, and this is what a lot of some guys, I should say, complain about. I don't want a woman that's got another man's scent and all this stuff, right? Well, she got the whole scent of her husband all day. Why would you want that on you? That's the first part. And then as a married woman, why would you want to go outside of your marriage with your husband to be with another man? Why would you want to do that? Do you know how precious and delicate your flora and all of this, that goes on in your lady parts is? Do you know how complicated and how important that is? You should not want to share it with another man. When you are a married woman, why would you want to be with another man? That makes no sense. And if you do want to be with another man, then you and your husband need to have a talk. Seriously, you need to have a talk. Because something ain't working in this marriage where you're desiring to be with other men. So, verse 27. Can a man take fire in his bosom, and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals, and his feet not be burned? So he that goes in to his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. The Most High hates this. You see this? The Most High is harping on this. The word is letting you know that this is not acceptable. It's not acceptable. But this is something that we practice often in our communities. Sleeping with each other's spouses. And a lot of us don't see anything wrong with that. And then we wonder why things fall apart. Everything that we do to cause things to slowly fall apart, we scratch our heads about. Well, I wonder why this happened. I wonder why that. I wonder why this ain't working out. This ain't. Because we are the cause of our own demise. This is a part of our sins. Verse 30. Men do not despise a thief, if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou give many gifts. So you sleep with a man's wife, He ain't looking for you to repay him for what you stole. See, a man that steals because he's hungry, he can be forgiven. Yeah, and people make excuses for them all the time. And they say, oh, well, he stole that because he was hungry. She stole that because she was hungry. Ain't nobody gonna really, they kind of turn their heads. Make sure you pay back what you stole, right? But you steal someone's spouse. You sleep with someone's spouse. That's just something that just cannot be forgiven. That's one of those sins that cause you to be stoned to death. It's not a forgivable sin like people think. It's not. There are sins that can be forgiven, and there are sins that cannot be forgiven once they've been discovered. Go to, and this is why people have to do it in secrecy, because they don't want to be discovered, because they know that there are harsh consequences for these types of sins. In Proverbs chapter 14, I'm going to start reading at verse 1. And it says, every wise woman builds her house, but the foolish plucks it down with her hands. This is another way that you could tell that somebody is foolish in a relationship. You complain about a woman, you complain about a man, but if this person is actively plucking down your relationship by doing harmful things, it's on you to resolve that issue. You have to discern, use your discernment, and figure out the best way, once you take it to the Most High, the best way to go about these situations. You understand? You don't just sit there and say, well, toxic, and you make it a cool thing. No, it's foolish. You are two foolish people who are constantly destroying yourselves and the lives around you. Verse 2, he that walks in his uprightness fears YAH, but he that is perverse in his ways despiseth him. In the mouth of the foolish is the rod of pride, but the lips of the wise shall preserve them. So, it's very important that you walk in uprightness, do the right thing. Do not be perverse in your ways. Go to Proverbs 13. And we're going to start at verse 20. He that walks with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. This is how you know, ladies, if you are dealing with a good man. He that is wise, right, walks with other wise men. But if his friends are fools, why would you want to be with him? Look at who he keeps company with, who he hangs around. If he is hanging around a bunch of buffoons and idiots, birds of a feather, right? A lot of us learn these things until we get to a certain age, and that's okay. But we do have to learn these things, and we have to change them. You understand? Hold on one second. All right. So we have to change them. We have to change these things about us. We have to know um, when to stay and we have to know when to go. Let's go to Ezekiel 20. Let's go to Ezekiel 20 because we need to talk about the things that our wicked foreparents did. Because just like you had righteous foreparents, you had wicked foreparents. And the Most High makes a distinguishment between the two. The Most High is trying to show you who not to follow and who to follow. Because the Most High will tell you don't forget the laws of your foreparents. And at the same time, the Most High will tell you not to walk in the same ways that your foreparents walked. Because we're talking about a very different group of foreparents. Right? Don't be like these foreparents. In Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 18, it says, "But I said unto their children in the wilderness, walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers, neither observe their judgments, nor defile yourselves with their idols. I am YAH your Elohim. Walk in my statutes and keep my judgments and do them, and hallow my Sabbaths, and they shall be a sign between me and you, that you may know that I am YAH your Elohim. Notwithstanding, the children rebelled against me. They walked not in my statutes, neither kept my judgments to do them, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. They polluted my Sabbaths. Then I said, I would pour out my fury upon them, to accomplish my anger against them in the wilderness." So the Most High obviously knows that the only thing that works on our people is the rod, is wrath. That is the only thing that works on us. The Most High doesn't spare the rod with us. We're going to go through punishment. We're going to go through captivity. We're going to go through hardships. Why? Because we are rebellious as a people, as a nation. We think that it's a good thing to not listen to anyone, to not take heed and follow an instruction. We're not disciplined. We don't even think that it's a good thing to be disciplined. This is a new generation of my people who've even decided to go vegan. And I'm not saying that vegan is the law of the Most High, but I'm saying it's taken this long for us as a whole to consider our health, our diets. Didn't see anything wrong with the stuff we're stuffing our face with. It's taken this long. This is a new generation that is finally considering certain things. They're finally considering that, maybe we should stop with the whole ghetto culture. They're finally considering that just now. And maybe that's not good because this is the result of that. We didn't always have this ghetto culture as a people. We have foreparents who read books, foreparents who had educations, foreparents who ran businesses, right? Because that was normal to see a black corner store in your own neighborhood because it was segregated. So you didn't have a choice, right? But The Most High wants you to consider these things and to not copy the wicked ways of your evil ancestors. Verse 22. Nevertheless, I withdrew my hand and wrought for my name's sake that it should not be polluted in the sight of the heathen, in whose sight I brought them forth. Right? I lifted up my hand unto them also in the wilderness, that I would scatter them among the heathen, and disperse them through the countries, because they had not executed my judgments, but had despised my statutes, and had polluted my Sabbaths, and their eyes were after their fathers' idols. Wherefore I gave them also statutes that were not good, and judgments whereby they should not live. And I polluted them in their own gifts, and that they caused to pass through the fire all that openeth the womb, that I might make them desolate to the end, that they might know that I am YAH. So, sacrificing our kids, doing all these horrible things, we, till this day, we are copying the ways of our foreparents, our evil foreparents, the ways that aren't good. So the Most High gave us statutes that were not good and judgments whereby we shouldn't live. We live by unjust laws every day. And we don't see anything wrong with it. We continue trying to vote for our own oppression. We continue doing that. We don't see anything wrong with it. We're voting for the oppression of our people, because every time you're voting for someone who's not of your people, you're voting for your own oppression. Every time you vote for someone who is in solidarity with the daughter of Babylon, you're voting for your own oppression. So it doesn't make a difference who you vote for. You are ultimately voting for your own oppression as a Hebrew Israelite. Go to Malachi verse 2, as we're going to talk about these relationships a little bit. Again, Malachi verse 2. And we're going to start at verse 15. Matter of fact, we'll start at verse 15. Matter of fact, let's start at verse 14. And it says, Yet ye say, Wherefore? Because YAH has been witness between you and your wife of your youth, against whom you have dealt treacherously. Yet is she your companion and the wife of your covenant. And did not he make one? Yet had he the residue of the Spirit. And wherefore one? That he might seek a godly seed. Therefore take heed to your spirit, and let none deal treacherously against the wife of his youth. So every time you're out here and you have a good woman, right? You got a good woman that's trying to do the right thing, and you deal treacherously with her. The Most High frowns upon that. Do you want to know why? Because the Most High is seeking an Elohimly seed, a godly seed, an Elohimly seed, a righteous union. How are you going to pass anything down to the next generation, anything good down to the next generation? What good are you? What use are you? If you are dealing treacherously, deceitfully, horribly with your wife. If your wife can't trust you, no one can trust you. And vice versa. If your husband can't trust you, no one can trust you. No one can trust you. And this is how it goes. You see these people and they're having these marital problems. And you know what's going on, right? You know that the spouse is cheating. You remove yourself from the situations because you know that this person can't be trusted. If your spouse cannot trust you, you are not a trustworthy person. No one should trust you. And this is why we have to work on changing our horrible ways, our sinful ways, our bad ways. Because we want to have love, we want people to trust us, we want all these things. We say we don't. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody to trust me. I don't need this. I don't need that. But at the end of the day, people are people. And at the end of the day, people need people, which is why people hook up, right? And if you're not a trustworthy person, then what good are you? What good are you? What are you doing that's good? Are you working on your trustworthiness? Work on departing from those sins, right? No one should be dealing treacherously with their spouses. No one. You chose to marry that person. So what are you dealing with them in such a horrible way for? Such a wicked way. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 6. And I'm going to start at the 16th verse. And it says, "These 6 things doth YAH hate. Yeah, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look." You're walking around and you are haughty. You have no shame in what you do. You think that what you're doing is right. You're right in your own eyes. Can't nobody tell you nothing. A lying tongue. You just walk around with that slick lying tongue. You a play. You think that's cute. You just tell a lie and con a person like it ain't nothing. Lie after lie after lie. You're just a liar. And hands that shed innocent blood. You go around looking to set traps for the innocent. A heart that deviseth wicked imaginations. Feet that be swift in running to mischief. A false witness that speaks lies. You witnessing against people, getting people killed. And he that sows discord among brethren. You just starting all types of drama. Division. For no reason. You without cause. Except it makes you feel better. It makes you feel better to do these things. And unfortunately, all of these things that the Creator hates, it says hate. Hate is a strong word. The things that the Creator hates, we love. How did that happen? You can't blame that on anybody but ourselves. How did we end up loving the things that the Creator hates? How did that happen? And what kind of people do we have to be this way? What kind of people are we? That we love the things that the one who created us hates. Because the Creator created things for things to be peaceful on earth. We're the ones that like to start trouble and cause wickedness. And then we want to call the Creator wicked. No, that would be us. Go to Leviticus 18. Okay, Leviticus 18. I'm going to start at the first verse. And it reads, And Yah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am Yah your Elohim. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein you dwelt, shall you not do? And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall you not do? Neither shall you walk in their ordinances. So the Most High is telling you right here, don't be like the Egyptians. Don't be like the Canaanites. Don't be like those idol-worshiping nations. Don't be like them. Because they allow all these things, right? They allow those things. That is a part of their culture. They allow it, and it's okay. Don't be like that. But not only do we imitate and emulate these cultures, we put it up on stage, front and center, in the spotlight, and glorify it and glamorize it as if it's something to look up to. We promote it. Instead of promoting the laws of your Creator, you promote wickedness. We promote wickedness. We would rather promote our sins than our righteousness. What does that say about us as a people? Verse 4. Ye shall do my judgments, and keep mine ordinances, to walk therein. I am Yah your Elohim. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am Yah. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him, to uncover their nakedness. I am Yah. So the Most High right here, he tells you, people like to talk about the story of Abraham and Sarah. Well, they were half brother, half sister, and this. Okay, and that was during a time before we had these laws. You understand? We were doing what humans do on the earth, and the Most High picked the most upright human he could find. And that happened to be our forefather Abraham and our foremother Sarah. You understand? He picked him. So what was everybody else doing? Remember, the Most High said Egyptians, Canaanites, these Mesopotamian, these people that worship these Mesopotamian gods, they allow these things. This is normal for them. Abraham came from a family who worshipped those Mesopotamian gods, right? Those Canaanite gods. And so the Most High is telling us what's acceptable and what's not. So he gets into these sexual sins, right? And the Most High says, none of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him, to uncover their nakedness. I am Yah. So Yah does not want us to have close family relations, like intimate relations. We don't serve a God like that. That's perverseness. Verse 7. The nakedness of your father or the nakedness of your mother shall you not uncover. She is your mother. You shall not uncover her nakedness. Period. Verse 8. The nakedness of your father's wife shall you not uncover. It is your father's nakedness. So you're not supposed to be sleeping with your stepmothers. or your stepfathers. This is not normal behavior. Verse 9. The nakedness of your sister, the daughter of your father or daughter of your mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness you shall not uncover. But see, this is what's allowed in these other religions. This is what's allowed in other nations that you want to copy, that you want to be like. These things are allowed. But we got something to say about our forefather Abraham and our foremother Sarah. This is what's allowed in those other cultures. The Most High didn't allow this. You understand? Verse 10. The nakedness of your son's daughter, your niece, or of your daughter's daughter, even their nakedness you shall not uncover, for theirs is your own nakedness. This is just like your own child. You're supposed to protect them, not harm them. Verse 11. The nakedness of your father's wife's daughter, begotten of your father. She is your sister. You shall not uncover her nakedness. No siblings. We don't do that. You understand? We don't do that. Verse 12. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's sister, your auntie. She is your father's near kinswoman. Right? And we have all of these abominable things, these detestable things happening right in Hebrew Israelite families that we don't like to talk about. It's the ugly truth. It's the ugly truth. The Most High had to tell you not to do these things for a reason, because you're not going to stop doing it on your own. You see? You're not going to stop doing it on your own. There has to be consequences for things like this. And when you don't go by these consequences, this is what the world looks like. And so now you got all these people, they don't really want to go by this law. They've shunned this law. They've thrown this, discarded it. Don't want to go by the laws of the Creator. Nope. We think that our laws are just fine. Man's laws are just fine. We're going to keep doing these laws. And your world is going to keep going to hell. That's what's going to happen. Verse 13. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister, your aunt on your mama's side, for she is your mother's near kinswoman. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of your father's brother, so uncles. We ain't supposed to be doing any of this. People, thou shalt not approach to his wife. She is your aunt. Or the nakedness of your father's brother. My bad. Your aunt. Yes. Your aunt. You're not supposed to be sleeping with your aunts or your uncles. Right? Verse 15. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law. She is your son's wife. You shall not uncover her nakedness. But we just, we do these things. Oh, made a mistake and slept with my daughter-in-law. Made a mistake. Slept with my niece. Made a mistake and slept with my brother or sister. That's not a mistake. That's detestable. You understand? It's abominable. It's disgusting. It's a shame. It's something we're not supposed to do, but we do it. And then we sweep it under the rug and don't want to talk about it. No, these things have to be brought up because these things are wrong. And they've always been wrong. This was told to you thousands of years ago, that you shouldn't be doing these things. But we think we've evolved. Have we? Verse 15. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of your daughter-in-law. She is your son's wife. You shall not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of your brother's wife. It is your brother's nakedness. That's your sister-in-law. Oh, my brother sure did marry one fine woman. And we think that's just another day you sleeping with your brother's wife. You should be stoned to death. And so should she. Verse 17. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. Neither shall you take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness, for they are her near kinswoman. It is wickedness. The Most High calls this wickedness. This is wickedness. You running through the family. That is wickedness. Verse 18. Neither shall you take a wife to her sister, to vex her, to uncover her nakedness beside the other in her lifetime. So if you divorce your wife, you can't go and marry her sister because you're trying to put it in her face. The Most High doesn't agree with this. Matter of fact, you're not supposed to do it while she's still living. If she didn't pass away before you married her sister, you shouldn't even be looking at her sister. Verse 19. Also, you shall not approach unto a woman. So the Most High knows how humans are. See, the Most High knows us very well. He knows how we are, our ways, and our ways are lower than the Creator's ways. He lets us know that. The Most High's ways are higher than ours. His thoughts are higher than ours. But the Most High knows us very well because the Most High created us. He knows that you're trying to put it in people's face, trying to get revenge. We're very simple-minded creatures. And we go based on how we feel. And we like to follow our hearts, not righteousness, right? Verse 19. Also, you shall not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. So all y'all thinking that it's a trend to be with women on their menstrual cycles? All you women out here thinking it's a trend, all you people out here thinking it's a trend to be with a woman on her menstrual cycle are disgusting. The Most High calls it unclean. That is her uncleanness. It's not something to be bragged about. Verse 20. Moreover, you shall not lie carnally with your neighbor's wife, to defile yourself with her. So you ain't supposed to be sleeping with the neighbor's wife. I mean, everything that the Most High tells us not to do, you can see we're rebels. You can see we're rebellious because we do everything the Most High tells us not to do. And we glamorize it. We glorify it. We don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah, I slept with his wife. Verse 21. And thou shalt not let any of your seed pass through the fire to the idol. Neither shalt thou profane the name of thy Elohim. I am YAH. The Most High don't want us sacrificing our kids. A lot of us do that. They like to keep that a little more underground, but it still happens. People still sacrificing their kids. People are still selling their children. All types of things. These things are still happening. But we've evolved. Verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. Yes, it is an abomination to be a homosexual. The Most High did not intend for the same sex to be intimately involved. That is not natural. Whether you agree with it or not, it doesn't matter, because you are not with the Creator's program. You are rebellious. The rainbow is not a symbol of homosexuality. It's a covenant between the Most High and the earth to not flood the earth and destroy you by flood again for your sins. So keep toting the rainbow flag if you want to, and playing in the Creator's face. Keep doing it. See what happens. That is why the Most High made certain diseases to deter you from doing such acts. There are diseases that you're more susceptible to engaging in sodomite behavior than if you were to not engage in sodomite behavior. You're more susceptible to certain diseases for a reason. It's to deter you, not so you can pop a pill and then go out and continue in your sins. That means you didn't learn from it. Verse 23. Neither shall you lie with any beast to defile yourself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. The Most High calls this confusion. Why would you want to lay with an animal? Why? What type of mind and mentality do you have to want to lay with an animal? To take advantage of an innocent creature, like taking advantage of a child. This is wickedness. It's confusion. And you should be stoned to death along with the animal. Because now the animal's traumatized and confused. And their mind is all messed up because you are perverse. Verse 24. Defile not yourselves in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. So the Most High is letting you know these are laws of old. The Most High gave us these laws so that we would understand how to live a clean, peaceful life. A clean, natural life. A good life for everyone. The Most High didn't just give us these laws for no reason. The Most High obviously gave it to us for a reason, because you see people are doing exactly opposite of all of these today. And you see how the world is right now. You see the condition of the earth. Verse 25. Actually, let me read verse 24 again. Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. And the land is defiled, therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it, and the land itself vomiteth out her inhabitants. So you see that there's unrest in places that practice these things. You have unrest. You don't have peace in places that practice these sins, this wickedness and confusion. There's no peace in places that practice these things. There's always going to be something that goes wrong, whether it be politically, economically, socially, catastrophic, whatever it may be. Something is going to go wrong in places that practice these sins. And people have not learned that by now. And if we haven't learned that by now, we have not evolved. Verse 26. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you. So we shouldn't be teaching this to other people when they come to dwell with us. For all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled. The land is defiled. That the land spew not you out also, when you defile it, as it spewed out the nations that were before you. Verse 29. For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the souls that commit them shall be cut off from among their people. Therefore shall you keep my ordinance, and you commit not any one of these abominable customs which were committed before you, and that you defile not yourselves therein. I am YAH your Elohim. So no wonder we can't unite and we can't come together, because we cut ourselves off from our own people when we commit these abominations. We cut ourselves off. You can't unite in wickedness. We cannot unite in wickedness. That's not true unity. That's deception and confusion. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. See, the Most High doesn't want us to be whores, daughters of Zion. Verse 29 reads, do not prostitute your daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. So don't sell your daughters. Don't teach them that that is the way to survive, is to prostitute herself. Don't teach her that's a way to make money. Don't bring that up to her as something that can be viewed as right in any light. You understand? Because you will cause the land to fall to whoredom. And that is why it is so prevalent in our communities. That's why it is okay in our communities, because we pass it down generation to generation as if it's something to look up to. Pimp culture, hoe culture. Right? The Most High tells us not to do these things. Verse 30, ye shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am YAH. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards, to be defiled by them. I am YAH, your Elohim. So the Most High tells us we're not supposed to be out here trying to summon up the dead and call on the ancestor spirits, coming after, seeking after wizards and witches. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head, and honor the face of the old man, and fear your Elohim. I am YAH. And if a stranger sojourn with you in your land, you shall not vex him. Right. Again, because we have to set an example for the world. We can't be out here just being any kind of way. The world already looks at us some type of way because we earned that by our own actions, by what we choose to promote and uplift. We have the power to change our image. We have the power to decide what we will and will not accept in our communities. We have that power. No one is going to force you to accept anything. They can't force you to commit sin. Nobody can force us to commit sin. We choose to commit sins. You understand? We choose it. That's why we have to hold ourselves accountable for our part, our contribution. You understand? The Most High didn't suffer us to have to go to an astrologer and go to these witches and wizards to determine our fate and our future, our way of life. They're just another human being. The Most High created the wizard and the witch. They didn't create themselves. He didn't create them to be wizards and witches. They chose to be wizards and witches. You understand? That's a choice. The Most High said we didn't have to do those things because our power comes directly from the source. We don't have to do that. We don't have to copy these other cultures that do these things. As a matter of fact, we should be teaching other nations that there's a better way, a cleaner way, the right way, right? Let's go to Exodus chapter 22. Exodus chapter 22 and verse 16. It says, "And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, not married, or about to engage to be married, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. And if her father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins." So we had laws in place, right, for puppy love. Even you decide you like this woman, you love this woman, she loves you, y'all want to be together, but oh, you did not consult with the elders first. You didn't go through the parents because that was a custom of ours. Like I said, everything starts at home, right? We start with honoring our parents, doing what we're supposed to, live a righteous life, do what we're supposed to, right? Listen to the instruction of your parents. And part of that instruction is finding your first spouse. Hopefully your first and only spouse, right? Finding your first spouse. And once you do this, you shouldn't go wrong. Because if you're being raised right and you decide, okay, I love this person, this man, this woman, and then you go before your parents and your parents don't approve of them, and your parents taught you right and they raised you right, obviously there's something that the parents don't agree with, and you should listen to that. Because the parents, again, they've lived longer than you, they know better than you. They know something that you probably don't see. They see something you probably are missing. You don't see it, right? You should probably take heed. You should probably listen. It'd be in your best interest to listen, to avoid a whole lot of mistakes. So that way you don't have to live a life as a single parent and make all these mistakes, right? And he still has to pay because he slept with you. But you are moving really fast, right? You decided that's what you wanted before consulting with the elders. Before you're moving hastily. You're being rash in your decision making. We have to slow down, right? And teach our children to slow down and think. Because we know when we were youths, we probably didn't think too much, did we? We probably acted more than we thought, a lot of us, right? Not all of us. But those of us that did, you know the types of situations that put you in. So we are responsible for the next generation. We should be teaching the next generation not to make a move without thinking first. Don't make rash decisions. Think it through. Process it. Sleep on it. Right? And always consult your parents. Always go and ask your parents, is this right for me? Does that mean that you have to keep your parents involved through your daily life and your whole marriage and relationship? Absolutely not. But initially, your parents should be involved in who you marry because that's a part of the vetting process, right? Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 13. And we're going to start at verse 1. Now, the Most High wants something to be very clear. This is speaking to those of us, just like I was reading before in the previous chapter, about not consulting, not seeking wizards and witches, right? And summoning up the dead and all these things that we do. The Most High does have something to say about that. And why, right? Verse 13, or chapter 13, verse 1. And the word of Yah came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel, that prophesy, and say you unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts. Hear you the word of Yah. So these false prophets. Thus saith Yah Elohim, Woe unto the foolish prophets, that follow their own spirit, and have seen nothing. O Israel, your prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. You have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in battle in the day of Yah. You have not even prepared your followers. See, you're prophesying to these people lies, telling them that you have visions, and you're seeing and you're clairvoyant and all these things, but you haven't prepared them for the day of the Creator. Have you prepared them? Have you equipped them for the day that they should be equipped for? Or are you just trying to thicken your pockets? Are you just trying to collect souls, right? Verse 6. They have seen vanity and lying divination, saying, Yah saith, God saith, and Yah has not sent them. And they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word. Have you not seen a vain vision? And have you not spoken a lying divination? Whereas you say, God said, albeit I have not spoken. So all these people running around saying, God told me this about you, God told me this, God said this, God said that. Lying divination. We should know this by now. These things have been practiced for centuries. It's nothing new. And it hasn't gotten us anywhere. It's a part of the sins of the world. Just like any other sin. That's why it just kind of blends in with the rest of what everyone else is doing. It blends in. Because this is what is popular, right? Verse 8. Therefore, thus saith Yah Elohim, because you have spoken vanity, and seen lies, therefore, behold, I am against you, saith Yah Elohim. The Most High knows you're lying. The Most High knows you're lying, and you're leading people astray, and you're leading people away from the Creator. The Most High is holding you accountable as well. Verse 9. And my hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity, and that divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people, neither shall they be written in the writing of the house of Israel, neither shall they enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am Yah Elohim. So there's no place special for a wizard. There's no place special for a witch. Not in the Creator's program. So continue your lying divination and see what's going to happen. It's just going to keep getting worse. Because there's nothing that you can do to stop it. You have no true power. Don't you understand that? You didn't create anything. You didn't create these people. These are the Most High's people. You understand? The Most High is the Creator, not you. And you're leading the Most High's people astray. And the Most High is against you. Whether you recognize it or not, whether you accept it or not, whether you agree or not. It is what it is. Verse 10. Even because they have seduced my people, saying, peace, and there was no peace. And one built up a wall, and lo, others daubed it with untempered mortar. Say unto them which daub it with untempered mortar, that it shall fall, there shall be an overflowing shower, and you, O great hailstones, shall fall, and a stormy wind shall rend it. So you're on an unstable foundation. Your support is unstable. The Most High is going to knock it down. Your altars, all of your witchcraft. No matter if you're coming in the name of Christ, or if you're coming in the name of another idol, or whatever. You think you're coming in the name of the Most High. The Most High is against you that lead his people astray with your false divination. Your lying divination. Verse 12. Lo, when the wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, where is the daubing wherewith you have daubed it? Therefore, thus saith Yah Elohim, I will even rend it with a stormy wind in my fury, and there shall be an overflowing shower in my anger, and great hailstones in my fury to consume it. So will I break down the wall that you have daubed with untempered mortar, and bring it down to the ground, so that the foundation thereof shall be discovered, and it shall fall, and you shall be consumed in the midst thereof, and you shall know that I am Yah. Thus will I accomplish my wrath upon the wall, and upon them that have daubed it with untempered mortar, and will say unto you, the wall is no more, neither they that daubed it. To wit, the prophets of Israel, which prophesy concerning Jerusalem, and which see visions of peace for her, and there is no peace, saith Yah Elohim. Likewise, you, son of man, set your face against the daughters of your people, which prophesy out of their own heart, and prophesy you against them. So now the Most High is talking to us, the daughters of Israel, the women, those of us who love divination, lying divination, and witchcraft, and say, thus saith Yah Elohim, woe to the women that sew pillows to all armholes, and make handkerchiefs, or make kerchiefs, upon the head of every stature, to hunt souls. Will you hunt the souls of my people? And will you save the souls alive that come unto you? Will you? And will you pollute me among my people for handfuls of barley and for pieces of bread, to slay the souls that should not die, and to save the souls alive that should not live, by your lying to my people that hear your lies? So all of this, tarot card reading and astrology and all the stuff that we like to be involved in Israel, because we just love leading people away from the Most High. We leave Christianity, and then we just totally are out there, and we're trying to lead others into what we're doing, with no true structure, no true foundation, no true order. Like I say all the time, there are no repercussions in these other religions for wickedness, for sin. There are no real consequences for committing bad things, doing bad things. These other religions, or they're all religions, all of these religions, it's okay to worship other gods. There's no real consequence for worshiping another god. You can be sometimes Christian, sometimes Nation of Islam, whatever. There's no real repercussions for worshiping other gods. You can do as thou wilt. You can do what makes you feel good. It's just following man's heart. And it's like for us to not see that is wild. We're just following our own hearts. That's what we're teaching each other to do. And then we wonder why the world is the way it is. And we've been following our hearts for centuries, and we still haven't gotten it right. It's just all confusion. So you are leading people astray in your witchcraft so you can eat, so you can get paid. But the Most High doesn't see it as, he doesn't make an excuse like a man that's hungry so he steals bread. No, this is a serious offense, leading the Most High's people to death, to sin, leading the Most High's people astray. The Most High doesn't take that lightly. Verse 20, wherefore, thus saith Yah Elohim, behold, I am against your pillows, wherewith ye there hunt the souls, to make them fly. And I will tear them from your arms, and will let the souls go, even the souls that you hunt, to make them fly. The Most High is going to save his people from you. There you go. The Most High is going to save his people from you. Because some people might come to you because they just on their spiritual journey. And they're just trying to find their way. So they're on a path. They're trying to find spiritual guidance. And you are deceitful. You deceive them when they come to you. You don't do it out of your own heart. You do it for money. And then you deceive them. You understand? Cause them to think that it's better to follow man's heart than to follow the Creator's laws. Pulling them away from the Creator's law instead of leading them to the Creator's law, because you yourself have been removed from the Creator's law. Verse 22. Because with lies you have made the heart of the righteous sad, whom I have not made sad, and strengthened the hands of the wicked, that he should not return from his wicked way, by promising him life. So for those who are righteous, you making them sad and giving them these lying divinations. And then the wicked, you promising them life. Oh, you're going to flourish, you're going to prosper, you're going to do all these things, and they really don't even deserve to be living. But you're strengthening the arm of the wicked, whether you realize it or not, because you are not the judge of the Most High's people. You're not. You're not weighing things righteously. Verse 23. Therefore you shall see no more vanity, nor divine divinations. For I will deliver my people out of your hand, and you shall know that I am Yah. So there's something wrong with that all the way around. There's something wrong with that way of thinking. There's something wrong with that type of spirit that doesn't mind lying divinations and prophesying falsely to the people for monetary gain. Deuteronomy 22. Now, you might not take this life seriously, but the Creator does take life seriously for his people. You understand? The Most High takes life seriously for his earth, for his creation. All right, go to Deuteronomy 22, and we're going to start at verse 13. Deuteronomy 22 and verse 13. If any man take a wife, and go in unto her, and hate her, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a virgin. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hates her. And lo, he has given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not the daughter a virgin, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity. And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. And the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him. And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he has brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel. And she shall be his wife, and he may not put her away all his days. So that doesn't mean that because now she has to be his wife for all of her days and all of his days, that he can just treat her any kind of way. Because the Most High has something for these lying men of Israel that like to lie on women and give the women a bad name. He has something for them, right? You sleep with this woman and then you don't want to take care of her. You don't want to marry her. You don't want the responsibility of a husband. Oh, the Most High has something for you. You are forced to take care of her when you're found to be a liar, whether you like it or not. And that doesn't mean you have the right to make her marriage miserable, because there are laws for how you treat your wives, right? So you might not agree with it. Hopefully, as you get older and you continue to do the right thing, you'll learn from your mistakes. But you're going to take care of her. You understand? The Most High does not like the culture that we have today of men sleeping with women, women sleeping with men, and no one's getting married. No one's getting married. This is a part of our problem. See, we like the feeling of it, but we don't want to commit to the other person. Then if you don't want to commit, you need to just be a eunuch. Just be celibate. Don't engage in sexual activities if you don't want to commit, because the Most High made people to commit. He made humans to commit. If you're not willing to commit to that other person, why are you engaging? You don't deserve to engage unless you're ready to take on the responsibility of commitment. It sounds logical to me. Verse 20. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones that she die, because she has wrought folly in Israel to play the whore in her father's house. So shall you put evil away from among you. So if it's found that she done slept with all of these dudes, right? She's in her father's house bringing shame to his name. She should be put to death. We had laws for this. You understand? Because she's a whore. And we don't rock like that. We're not supposed to rock like that in Israel. It's not cute. You understand? It's not something that we should glamorize. or glorify. So the Most High got something for you too. In verse 22, if a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, then they shall both of them die. Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shall you put away evil from Israel. Simple as that. Both of these cheating spouses, both of these evil people need to be put to death, because you don't want to spread the wickedness. See, if she will lay with another man outside of her husband, and if this man doesn't mind or doesn't see anything wrong with sleeping with other men's wives, he knows she's married, they should be put to death, because they're going to do it with other people. They're going to entice other people to do the same thing. These are people just like the witches and the wizards, leading us away from peace on earth. They're leading us away from the Creator's laws. They're leading us away from a good life. These people don't deserve life, because they're trying to take the lives of others. If you're enticing someone to do these things, somebody gonna end up dead eventually when you're doing these things. So no, your life should be taken for trying to take the lives of others, whether you realize it or not. Verse 23. If a damsel, that is a virgin, be betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city and rape her, right? Or no, lied with her, then you shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and you shall stone them with stones, that they die. The damsel because she cried not, being in the city, and the man because he has humbled his neighbor's wife. So you shall put away evil from among you. So this is, just some whoredom right here. She's sleeping with dudes in town. She's married. She done went to the shop to go get some bread and some stuff to make at home. And she done ran into this guy at the store, and she's sleeping with him. And then she gonna go back home to her husband. Both of them should be put to death. I don't care who enticed who. Both of you are wrong. You know you're wrong. Verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and he rapes her, and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. So the Most High has laws against rape. It's not my body, your choice. Not in the Most High's eyes. It's not. If that man rapes her, if he rapes them, so he got laws against raping the children. Come on now. If that man rapes that woman, he should be put to death. So no, there are some laws that cannot be forgiven. There are some laws, or some sins, I should say, that cannot be forgiven. There are some sins that require death instantly. Instant death. It requires instant death to stop it from recurring, from repeating. We don't want to repeat these things. The Most High is trying to teach us all something as humans on this earth. We should not repeat these sins. This is how you end up in an earth or hell on earth, right? This is how you end up in hell on earth. In verse 26, but unto the damsel you shall do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. So the Most High is not some horrible God that's like, oh, a man raped you. Like over in some places in the Middle East, if a man rapes a woman, they'll kill her. They will kill her. The Most High is not evil like that. You understand? There is no sin in her because she was forced. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. It's just like the Most High, he equates this death or this sin to death, to murder. When you rape someone, it's the same, it's on the same level as murder. Verse 27. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he has humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. So all this fornication that we got going on out here, it's supposed to be marriages. It's supposed to end in marriages, right? Not separations, not friends with benefits, not acquaintances, and sometimes maybe, no, it's you marry each other, because if it's good enough to sleep with, it's good enough to marry. That's why the Most High put laws on things like this. Verse 30. A man shall not take his father's wife, nor discover his father's skirt. Again, the Most High is reaffirming, the validity of these laws and reinforcing, right? The Most High is real. Every time you look outside, you see people ain't out here trying to follow these laws. They want to do what they want to do. They're like, you want to pray to that imaginary God? You want to follow those laws? They don't even know anything about the laws of the Creator and reject them. They don't know the first thing about the laws of the Creator, but they reject it. They don't even know why they reject it. They don't know that rejecting it is the wickedness in them. Rejecting it. They don't even understand that. Nah, I just want to do what I want to do. And if you think that you're right in your own eyes, then you must not see anything wrong with the current state of the world. Because you think it's okay that everyone can do whatever they want to do. And that right there, that makes you guilty. That makes you guilty. That makes you part of the problem. Because you don't see anything wrong. People should live how they want to live. Well, then how are we going to clean the earth? How are we going to fix the earth? You see? Think about it. And again, I know there are a lot of people out there that say women can't raise sons. Yes, they can. Women can raise sons. Go to 1 Kings chapter 17, because we're going to talk about all these things, because our power comes from the Creator. It doesn't come from man. Our power comes from the Creator. And the Most High has all of us, and the Most High has covered all bases. Women can raise boys, but she has to raise them in righteousness. You understand? That's it. All a child needs is a righteous parent. That's it. A righteous parent. It's best for a child to have two righteous parents, a righteous father and mother. That's the best outcome. That's the best situation. But the Most High can do for his people even in certain circumstances where there's one parent. As long as that parent is righteous, you can raise that boy. You can raise that girl. Or kids. Girls and boys. Boys, girls. All of that. You understand? Mommy and daddy. As a single parent. You can raise righteous children. Go to 1 Kings chapter 17. And let's start reading at the 8th verse. So it says, And the word of YAH came unto him, saying, Arise, get you to Zarephath, which belongeth to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman there to sustain you. right? So she's going to take care of him while he goes there when he's sojourning. Verse 10. So he arose and went to Zarephath. And when he came to the gate of the city, behold, the widow woman was there gathering uh, of sticks. And he called to her and said, Fetch me, I beg you, a little water in a vessel, that I may drink. And as she was going to fetch it, he called to her, and said, Bring me, I beg you, a morsel of bread in your hand. And she said, As YAH your Elohim liveth, I have not a cake, but a handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go in and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat it and die. And Elijah said unto her, Fear not, go and do as you have said, but make me thereof a little cake first, and bring it unto me, and after make for thee and for thy son. For thus saith YAH Elohim of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste upon, or neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day that YAH sends rain upon the earth. And she went and did according to the saying of Elijah, and said, and she and he and her house did eat many days, and the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the cruse of oil fail, according to the word of YAH, which he spake by Elijah. So the Most High, or Eliah, so the Most High is letting you see right here, he looks out for the fatherless and the widow. These single moms raising boys. You don't know what situation she was in before you judge a situation, first of all. Right? You have to know both sides. You have to know the father's side. You have to know the mother's side. You have to know if the father's even still living. You can't judge a situation based off of just looking at this person and seeing that this person is a single parent. You don't know them personally. You don't know the situation. The Most High looks after the fatherless. That's including his seeds. Remember, the Most High wants an Elohimly seed. Children are a heritage of YAH. They're a reward. So you think the Most High is not going to look out for them even if they're missing a parent? You think the Most High ain't going to look out for the nation of Israel even though they're missing a parent? Of course the Most High going to look after his children. He brought Eliah to her to bless her. And she can continue raising her son in righteousness. And the story goes on where he fell sick and then he was brought back to life and all of these things. The Most High looks after his people. You have to understand this. So to fix your mouth to say that the Most High doesn't look after his people is a lie. To fix your mouth, see, instead of telling that woman that she can't raise that son, she can't raise that boy, you should be trying to help her, whether you're with her intimately or not, because this child is a child of Israel. We should all be looking out for the children of Israel. All of us. That's a part of our jobs. We know better, so we should do better. Show her how to teach him righteously, right? Even if you're not going to be there for her. You know, you ain't going to be there for the child or whatever. The advice that you can give her as a man, because you are a man, there are some things that she might not, she might miss as far as talking to him about his biology, right? There might be some things she misses there. Teach her. Why don't you teach her? Teach the women so that they can pass it down to their sons. Because you can't save everybody. You can't save the world. You can only look after, really, you can only save yourself and look after your own family. So instead of bashing these women, teach them, right? Teach them the right ways that they can help their sons. Give them tips and advice. Do that instead. In 2 Kings chapter 4, let's start at verse 1. Now there cried a certain woman of the wives of the sons of the prophets unto Elisha, saying, Thy servant my husband is dead, and thou knowest that thy servant did fear YAH, And the creditor is come to take unto him my 2 sons to be slaves, to be bondmen. So she owes a creditor. They about to take her sons to be slaves. She's a struggling single mom, right? They like, oh, you owe us, we coming to collect. Verse 2, and Elisha said unto her, what shall I do for thee? Tell me, what have you in the house? And she said, thine handmaid has not anything in the house, save a pot of oil. See, they're broke. They're poor. They're struggling, right? That's why it's best to have 2 righteous parents in the household for the things that are lacking, right? It's always best to have that foundation and that structure. That's always the ultimate goal. That's the best foundation. That's the best order. That's how the Most High ordained it. That's how the Most High intended for things to be. You understand? Verse 3, then he said, go, borrow thee vessels abroad of all thy neighbors, even empty vessels. Borrow not a few. And when you are come in, you shall shut the door upon thee and upon thy sons, and shall pour out unto all those vessels, and thou shalt set aside that which is full. So he went from him and shut the door upon her and upon her sons, who brought the vessels to her, and she poured out. And it came to pass, when the vessels were full, that she said unto her son, bring me yet a vessel. And he said unto her, there is not a vessel more. And the oil stayed. Then she came and told the man of Elohim, and he said, go sell the oil and pay your debt, and live you and your children of the rest. See how the Most High looks out for women raising boys? The Most High looks out for them, right? We even have the famous single mother, our famous single mother Hagar, the Egyptian, Sarah's handmaid in Genesis 16. She raised a son who started a totally different nation of people. You understand? They raised great men, men of renown. You look at Moses's our forefather Moshe's mother Jochebed in Exodus 2, and you know, it's assumed that she's a single mother, especially during that time of our captivity in Egypt. Nowhere was the father, right? And he was raised by Pharaoh's daughter and became a great prophet of Israel. So, you know, my hat's off to all those single mothers trying their hardest to raise good, honorable, single, or good, honorable young men, right? And not raising him in the wrong direction, but raising him in the way that he should go. And the same for the daughters. My hat goes off to you as well. Raising these honorable little princes and princesses, right? Because it's not easy. My hat goes off to the fathers who are single parents, raising honorable sons and daughters. And definitely, I give flowers to all of the married Israel out there living righteously, raising a righteous seed, right? You are an asset to our nation, and you're not uplifted enough. You're really not. You're not highlighted enough. You know, dysfunction is highlighted more than healthy relationships. And that's a problem. That's our own fault, right? We have to be the ones to change the narrative as a nation if we want to see things change. So we got to take accountability, Israel. We got to take accountability for our sins and the things that we have done and our people have done. And we have to change. We have to be the change. We have to do better. We have to learn to do better and stop leading each other astray, because this has become a very old cycle that needs to end if we ever want to grow. So I just wanted to bring that out today. All of us should be honoring our parents so that we can have a healthy foundation for ourselves and our futures, the future generations. And I'll come back with another video soon. All glory goes to the Almighty. Shalom.
Judge me, cause I'm trying to walk in integrity. Got love for your wisdom, I told her marry me. Ain't focused on nobody, just a better me. Better me. Yahweh try me, advise me, don't let no fool walk beside me. People falling for flattery, don't surprise me. Would've thought they weak, but they really poison ivy. Get thee far behind me, yeah. They ain't really ready. They ain't ready for the truth. I could've showed them if they let me, but before they listen, they refuse. They seek war, not wisdom. They love to talk, hate to listen. They wouldn't even know correction. If it was in their face, then they hit them. Strife. With our own blood, we love to fight. But then we scream when they calling us nigga. But yet it seems we won't look in the mirror because it's ugly. They gon' hate the truth because it's ugly. Cause I ain't talking sweet, man, they don't love me. The wicked quick to flee, but I ain't budging. I guess we gon' see if I'm wrong when Yahweh judge me. Cause I'm trying to walk in integrity. Got love for your wisdom, I told her marry me. Ain't focused on nobody, just a better me. Better me. Yahweh try me, advise me, don't let no fool walk beside me. People falling for flattery, don't surprise me. Would've thought they weak, but they really poison ivy. Get thee far behind me, yeah. Only Yahweh can open the eyes of our people. You, Yahweh. Until that day we gonna have to strive with this evil. Have you forgot we got enemies, bigger enemies? They make plots against you and me. It's been centuries, yeah they fought to keep us in chains, even mentally. But we fight with our brother's brain, the blood of our veins. BLM yelling on the streets again and again. But what is that? When it's black on black, they never complain. It's a fact, it's another trap. They playing with our brain, playing with our pain. And if I ever dare to do the same, then Yahweh judge me. Cause I'm trying to walk in integrity. Got love for your wisdom, I told her marry me. Ain't focused on nobody, just a better me. Better me. Yahweh try me, advise me, don't let no fool walk beside me. People falling for flattery, don't surprise me. Would've thought they weak, but they really poison ivy. Get thee far behind me, yeah.